About Rosetta, isn't it? This mission that's really grabbed the imagination here in Europe.
That's right. For once, the front pages aren't about political scandals, etc. It's about this Rosetta mission. There's a lot of excitement in the French press today. So this mission was launched back in 2004, and over the last 10 years, it's traveled a cumulative distance of 6.4 billion kilometers through our solar system, chasing this comet called 67P, or Chury, which is located
for short, to its friends.
For people who are intimate, exactly. 500 million kilometers from Earth. So you just got a glimpse there of the front page of Le Figaro. They talk about Destination Comet, which sounds a lot like a Tintin comic book.
It does.
And now what's going to happen today is that this European Rosetta mission is going to try to launch this little teeny probe, well, teeny, size of a fridge, probe, the Philae lander, onto the comet.
It's pretty small compared to 6.5 billion kilometers of travel, isn't it? And this is absolutely no simple feat. Lots of details in the papers.
Lots of details, lots of drum rolls, especially. Let's take a look at the front page of Le Parisien. It's very excited as well. It talks about a historic rendezvous, and there's some great graphics today in Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien, explaining just what's going to happen. So as we're saying, Philae is the size of a fridge. The comet is about 2 miles square, traveling at 34,000 miles per hour. Now, specialists say it's like throwing a hammer from London and hitting a nail on the head in Delhi. So quite an incredible accomplishment. Now, if all goes according to plan, we could be getting the first images from this comet this afternoon. But Le Parisien says that scientists are really biting their nails because a lot of things could go terribly wrong. First of all, separating from the mothership is quite complicated. Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien also says that landing is very complicated. The gravity on this comet is much, much lower than the gravity on Earth. So Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien actually interviewed one of the program managers, and she says if the probe lands on a slope any greater than 45 degrees, it could topple over. Wouldn't that just be a horrible end to this incredible mission?
After 10 years as well. And I have to say, it's quite nice to see all this sort of pride coming out in the French press. Like you say, a lot of political scandals dominating recently. Are people really insisting on the point that this is a European mission?
Absolutely, a European mission that is a stellar mission. Let's take a look at the front page of Libération. They talk about the fact that a star is born. I think they're talking about the European mission here. Now, this would be the first soft landing on a comet in the history of space flight. And as I'm saying, Libération is really excited about the fact that this is 100% European, so not Russian or American. This is a cosmic exploit. You can see the headline of their editorial today. It's brought together thousands of scientists from the old continent. This is a very important achievement for Europe, especially at a time when Europe is going through an identity crisis and economic crisis. This shows just what Europeans can build together. But also, Libération says this is an important mission for humanity because this comet is part of what they call the builder's rubble that's been left over from the beginning of our solar system nearly 5 billion years ago. And so this mission could help explain the origins of planet Earth and the role that comets played in the origin of life. So it could shed light on where we come from.
Okay, I think it's fair to say Libération is a fan of this mission. Let's move on to those political scandals. We mentioned them before. They haven't gone away. And there are new revelations today.
That's right. This is this major political scandal, the current one, that's involving the former Prime Minister François Fillon and François Hollande's chief of staff, Jean-Pierre Jouyet. Now, the heart of the scandal is a lunch that the two men had back in June. That lunch, well, there was a third man at that lunch. You can see a photo of him here, Antoine Gosset-Grainville. Now, he is a friend of both men. He's worked with both men. So, in theory, he's pretty neutral. Now, what they disagree on is what was said at this meeting. Jouyet says that Fillon asked him to speed up judicial investigations involving Nicolas Sarkozy. Fillon denies this. Well, this third man is backing up Fillon, essentially. So this seems to weaken Jouyet, according to Le Figaro. It's also weakening François Hollande, according to L'Opinion, which today suggests that all this extra scandal, he is at a record low in opinion polls, well, it kind of puts a further nail in the coffin of any prospect for him to run again in 2017. And this opens the way for other candidates, so you can see on the front page in Opinion.
Okay, all of them jockeying for position. Thanks very much, Flo Villamino, who'll be looking through the international press for us a little bit later on this morning. For now, though, we're going to check out what's making headlines online in Web News.